Jon, please, one question for Russian MMA fans. Islam Makhachev versus Ian Garry. What do you think about this fight?
Ooh, I'm going with Islam because he has a wrestling background, and it's hard to beat wrestlers. So Islam, he may just be one of the greatest fighters in the world right now. It's me and maybe him. So I encourage him to keep going.
Thank you so much.
I was told I was next in January.
Wow.
I was told I was next in January. There was talks about April. Then there was official offer put out May 9th, to which he turned down for Newark. I threw out the ideas of International Fight Week. They said they had Fight Week. We deserved to be the main event. Obviously, they had Conor and Max planned for that, which is huge. And then, yeah, it just ended up. Eventually, it was no. They wanted to do. They spoke to me about how that they needed to do their due diligence and put on one of the biggest fights they possibly could, which was Ilya versus Islam at the White House. Islam turned it down, to my knowledge, from what I've been told. And here we are. So, you know what I mean? The right fight has been made. The fight that should be fought. And we get it on August 15th, my friend.
Did you see Islam got announced to fight against Ian Garry?
That's great. That's a good fight. I can't wait.
Who do you got?
Oof. Well, if Ian Garry is able to maintain the fight standing up, that's, I'm sure, his game plan. He's gonna have an edge. But Islam, if he
Takes him down.
is able to put him down, it's gonna be his fight. Yeah.
I mean, dude, I don't think Islam has a lot of weakness. He's never fought someone as long and tall as me. He's not fought someone as fast as me. He's not fought someone who has the distance management, the boxing capabilities, the head movement that I did, but also the takedown defense. He might get me. I hope he does, because I want to prove to the world that he can't. I want to prove to the world that I can get back. I want to prove to the world that I can beat him in his own world. I don't care how long he's trained in that area. I don't care if he's an internationally recognized master or not. I'm going to bounce him on his skull, and I'm going to take his title. I'm going to take his throne, and I'm going to finish that consecutive win streak. And I'll always be the guy that stops this from happening.
But now we're talking about 170 being the most stacked division in the UFC right now. I mean, off the top of my head, Islam Makhachev, Ian Garry, Carlos Prates, Michael Morales, Gabriel Bonfim looked really good the other day.
Yeah.
Euros Medic is back in action soon. Sean Brady, all these people look so good. This division is so stacked. The entire top 10 is just murderer's row. And Islam Makhachev has a real chance to take that GOAT status and run with it, at least for the time being. But here's my one caveat that I think could throw a wrench into things. Does Islam Makhachev consider going for triple champ status?
If you were coaching somebody to beat Islam, what are the keys that somebody would need to do, whether they be a striker, wrestler, like style aside for a second?
Well, for number one, Islam he's the type of guy to make a fight very, very, very grueling to his opponent, right?
Yeah.
Guys like Islam, guys like Khabib, they try to break your spirit. They break you physically, mentally, and emotionally out there, right? It gets to the point to where when you see guys fight them, halfway through the fight, these guys are looking for a way out. They're like, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm not saying they're doing this, but it almost looks like they just turn their back just to get choked out and get out of there, right? Because they all do that. For a coach, their cardio, they have to be mentally, physically, emotionally ready for the most grueling fight ever and have the cardio. You know it's going to be ugly, but you got to have the ability and the cardio and the strong spirit to be able to keep going and get back up to your feet.
But it can't possibly mean the same to him as it does for a guy like Ian Garry, and there's a lot of tape on Islam. And like, I've just seen so many times where it's like, oh, this guy that no one thinks has a shot. I'm picking Islam to be clear, but that MMA is full of, there's just something different about being a champion, defending against legit number one contenders, which Garry, whatever else you want to say about him, absolutely is that at welterweight, having much more difficulty with that than some of these other big stakes fights that we think are going to trip him up. I thought Jack Della Maddalena would have given him a tough fight, and it just wasn't that way at all. I guarantee you Gary gives him a much tougher fight.
I'm not trying to disrespect Ian here when I say this, but the booking of this is almost like, oh, okay, a tough but routine title fight for Islam Makhachev's new reign, right? That's kind of the vibe that's going here. I actually give Ian a really good chance of being a very, very competitive fight, but it feels like this is Islam working his way through his next division, you know? And I think it's appropriate at this time. I would imagine, I don't know, but I would imagine they do a press conference on Conor Fight Week with Ian and Islam. I suspect the Irish Dagestani thing will come up pretty heavily because it's on that week.
Oh,
and
right.
Yeah.
You got to be very hard to hit, very hard to nail down in one spot. If you stand there long enough, they're going to get to your legs. If you stand in a spot long enough, they're going to hem you up against the fence and make it difficult for you. So I would definitely make it very hard. Have whoever I'm coaching have great movement, right? They got to be constantly be ready to reset their Islam Makhachev. Two, it's going to be their last line of defense is going to be their knees and their elbows, that close range striking. Make them pay to try to get on the inside. And I think Carlos Prates is very good at that with his elbows and his knees. Guys that try to close the gap on him, he's got very sneaky knees, and it makes guys not want to close the gap because they don't know when the knee's coming or when those elbows are coming.
Are you taking any of that Conor Khabib energy into this? We just played a clip of him saying this is the AliExpress version of that Dagestan-Ireland feud, sort of laughing it off. Is there something here that you're trying to, right the wrong from what transpired in 2018?
What a terrible way for him to sell this fight. What a terrible way for him to talk about himself. Yeah, I take pride in this fight. I take pride in the fact that I'm going to be able to go out there and get a massive win back for my country at the highest stage. At the highest possible point in my career, with all the marbles on the line, the UFC world title. This is the second time Ireland and Dagestan meet in that octagon for a world title. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that it's 1-1.
That's a matchup that Ian sees that he doesn't want to deal with? Or do you think that he's truly doing a solid to Morales, who told him to S-U-C-K it on a video in a response to that? Where do you land on that one?
Yeah, so obviously Ian Garry does seem like a legitimately nice person, and I would assume that he wants the best for the guys that are his colleagues and friends in the sport. And I don't know if him and Morales are friends, but it's one of two things. Either he's like, I like this guy and I think that he's going to be cutting too much weight. Also, there's a bit of a logjam, so maybe move him up because Prates is a star. Islam Makhachev isn't going to go away easy, and I don't think that an immediate rematch isn't something that Islam Makhachev could get if he is somehow beaten by Ian Garry. But it does sort of look like, hey dude, I don't want to have to deal with you. You're a massive individual. Go up to 185. It's wide open. It's open season up there. Go over there and have some fun. But I think Morales is right to say, you know what? I think you're just trying to duck me. You don't want to fight me because you know I'm the toughest matchup in the division. Right now, in 2026, Islam Makhachev is the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. And is Ian Garry the guy to beat him? Is he the one to steal that spot? I don't know, but I do think that given the 170 division, and it's the most stacked division the world's ever seen. Like, welterweight is hotter than it's ever been. And he was even, Ian Garry was asked about the division. He's like, look at what we've got right now. It's insane. He even brought up a couple of the names that I have been bringing up in recent times. Obviously, you got your Prates, you've got your Morales. He said Sean Brady, who's a great fighter. Obviously, Kamaru was there, but he's now gone. He's gone to 185. I can't wait for his return with DDP. But then he said Gabriel Bonfim, yeah, great fighter, great record. Euros Medic on his way up. Amazov coming up. Like this, that was like 7 people I just rattled off, and he said the same name. Yeah. So 170's humming, and if he can take a jump and steal the throne, steal that spot as king of 170 from Islam Makhachev, we're talking about a generational talent.
If I was Michael Morales, you know what my advice would be to him? Go up to 185. Because you're young, you're big, you're somewhat talented. There's a lack of stars up there in the sport. And I think he could do very well there. But if he wants to stay at 170, I'll punch a hole in his head at some point.
Ahora en inglés, para que me pueda entender mi hijo. I just want to say one thing to Ian Garry. suck it.
Morales didn't stop there.
But Ian Garry's very cocky. He believes in himself, and you might find that annoying and a little bit frustrating, okay? But he's a fighter. You're supposed to believe in yourself.
Do you think Ian is a good choice to test Islam, who will be going for his 17th straight UFC win, trying to break Anderson Silva's record, which is currently tied?
Oh wow, yeah, that's wow. I think it's gonna be a good fight. Ian Garry, it's definitely a tough opponent, very good striker. But Islam, once again, his goal gonna be to bring the fight to the ground, and I think if he's able to do that, he's gonna have an edge. If Ian Garry is able to keep it on the feet, and I'm gonna have an edge, so it's gonna be interesting.
It's a fact, in my opinion, that when I'm the champion of the world, the welterweight division is better off. Firstly, Islam only fights once a year, so his next defense might be in July 2027. But the matchups, the stylistic matchups, they're very different. You have on the cards a potential rematch with Carlos Praxis. That would be massive. You have on the cards there's potential. Arguably the biggest fight you can make in the sport at a certain point is potential rematch with me and Shavkat Rakhmonov whenever he's able and capable to come back. If he ever comes back, I told you, if. You have a potential matchup with me and Michael Morales, Gabriel Bonfim. You have Sean Brady's in the mix. You have Medic coming up. The welterweight division is the greatest it's ever been. And it's the most stacked it's ever been. It's the best division in the sport right now. There's no arguments about that. From top to bottom, the best division. When I'm the champion of the world, there's going to be more activity. There's going to be more high-level fights. The fans, everybody, I'm promising you now, it's the best thing for the sport. Me going out there and beating Islam, it's going to be a hell of a roller coaster, my friend.
Do you see Islam giving a lot of problems to these welterweights? Currently the top guys are Ian Garry, Michael Morales, Carlos Praxis, all who are very dangerous in their own ways. But it seems like, skill for skill, Islam has the ground edge over all of them. It's just, can he continue to level up on these guys?
Yeah, I think Islam has the edge in terms of skills because he's more well-rounded. He can do it all. And he, especially with his grappling, he's got an edge in that department. And I think that's what he's gonna try to go for when he fights one of these guys.